Hey guys, Jameson Redding here with the Road Trip Angler, and I wanted to share a quick tip on how to tie the uni-to-uni knot. And this is a great knot that will allow you to connect lines of two different types of material and of two different diameters together, and it's going to be super strong, and this is how you tie it. To demonstrate how to tie this knot, I actually am going to use some cordage so you can see it a little bit better, and also to demonstrate that it works really well on two different types of line, or two different diameters specifically. I have a smaller diameter piece of rope here and a larger diameter piece of cordage here, so I'm going to do that now. Once you have the two lines parallel to each other, I typically start with the smaller diameter line and I create a loop. And make sure you have enough slack to be able to wrap the other line and itself about 5 to 7 times. So you're wrapping it around itself through the loop and the other line. Once you have those 5 to 7 wraps, you're going to take that tag in and just kind of cinch it down, and you may have to help it as you pull. And you'll end up with a knot like that. But right now this knot will actually allow it to slip on the other line. So essentially what you're going to be doing is tying the same knot on the opposing side so that they'll slip tight toward each other. So I'm going to do the same thing now, but using the other line to create the loop and wrap through itself and around the other line 5 or so times, and then pull that tight. Only pulling on the line that I've just tied that knot in. I'm going to really cinch that down nice and tight. Now you'll see I have basically two opposing uni knots, and you can really see the difference in the diameter of the one line versus the other. But now leaving the tag ends and dropping the tag ends, I'm going to just pull these lines toward each other, and there you have it. Now I just need to trim the tag ends off. Now I'll show you the uni-to-uni kind of in a real life scenario. I've got some 20-pound fluorocarbon here, and I'm going to be connecting it to 30-pound braid. So the diameter is much different. The braid obviously is much thinner, and it's a different material. So I'm going to cut me off a piece of this fluorocarbon. Okay, I've got my two tag ends here. I'm going to make them oppose each other. And again, I like to start with the braid. I just feel like it's easier to kind of get that one out of the way. Create the loop. I wrap the braid 7 times. I'm going to pull that tight. It's a very small knot on the braid side. Now I'm going to repeat the process with the fluorocarbon. Create the loop. You don't really need as many times here, so I'm only going to do 5 wraps this time. So once I create the loop, I'm going to do 5 wraps through it. Once I have my 5 loops, I'm going to hold the tag in and pull that knot tight as well. I like to moisten the line at this point just so that it helps it slip, and then pull those knots together. Now I just need to trim my tag ends. Now with the tag ends trimmed, you can see that is a very small knot. I can actually pass that through the guides, and this is my go-to knot for tying braided line to leader material. I like it a lot for being able to tie different diameter lines and different lines or lines of different material together. The uni-to-uni. Quickly recap how to tie the uni-to-uni step by step. Step 1, you want to start with your two lines opposing each other and parallel. Step 2, take the smaller diameter of the two lines and create a loop. Step 3, begin to wrap through the loop and around the other line and itself 5 to 7 times. If I'm using braid, I tend to go 7 times. Step 4, grab your tag in and begin to cinch that uni knot down on the other line. You may have to help it a little bit here just to make sure it's nice and tight. Step 5, make a loop on the other side. Step 6, you'll be wrapping that again 5 times through the loop and around both lines. Step 7, pull that knot tight. And step 8, grab the line on each side, letting loose of the tag ends, and pull the line towards each other. To see how to tie all these knots, be sure to check the links in the description and check out our channel at the Road Trip Angler.